Hello, everybody. It's Sunday. Pretty sure a day of relaxing for most of us. A day definitely watch some football. Got college football out yesterday. Today, gonna watch some pro football. I'm just sitting here, gonna share some expressive thoughts that I have. As you know by now, you see that I've been posting a lot about this obesity. Me, myself personally, fighting my obesity, as an ex-NFL player. We was young. We had goals and aspirations to make it to the NFL. It was something that was deep inside of us that we all achieved those high levels of success that somehow the ones that are struggling like myself with obesity, we've lost the fight. We fought to make money. We fought to get out of the hood. We fought to better our circumstances. But for some reason, when we having to do it for ourselves now, we find ourselves not competing with the biggest competitor, and that is who? Ourselves. Which can be your worst enemy too, right? Yourself. So we got to find that fine line of getting ourselves back. This message I'm speaking here to our ex-NFL offensive, defensive linemen, wide receivers, running back. I've seen a lot of us, all of us, seen each other's in the past or recently, and we're unrecognizable. We're not even a shell of who we used to be. So this is just, like I said, some inner thoughts that I'm having that I'm sharing with my vlogging channel. I'm new at this. I know I'm going to succeed at it. I'm going to succeed by my supporting cast, but also I'm going to do the work, diligent work, to give information out, to be very transparent, definitely with myself, because there's others that are walking in this life that they want to reach the things that we've achieved. But we also need to give them the truth of what it is that we're going through. You know what I mean? After football. After football. So, a lot of us, I'm gonna take my story. I'm gonna take me. Okay? For me, I would take in be so disciplined. People that knew me, I always was in shape. I was always in shape, And being in shape, I took my job very seriously because that was my career, that was my responsibility, and it also took care of my family. So my body was my engine. My body was my tool. So I had to feed my body appropriately to get the response that I needed out to make it through the practices and all the things that were required of us, meetings and games and things like that, lifting, not just on off season, but on season. So, I took it very seriously. I never in my life hired a trainer. I took it to the point of where it's my job, it's my responsibility. Who knows myself better than me? No one other than myself. So I had to go and learn the things. I'm talking almost 30 years ago. Even before that, I always took interest in health food, working out. I've done my fair share, trust me, more, especially nowadays, more of overindulging in all the snacks and the goodies. I'm a sweet tooth guy. I love sweet. I don't so much the food, I love chicken. I like chicken. Burgers, I ain't into all that, all that. I love chicken. Show me a brother that don't love no chicken. Then, but yeah, I love chicken when it comes to food. I love fish, certain fishes, salmon. I like fish. I'm a big seafood guy, but my thing is sugar, you know. And when we got done, with the sports, you know what I mean? It seemed like that's where I was lost, discombobulated, A lot of guys, when they leave that game, they're lost. I don't care if you got money or don't have money. You've been running a regiment all your life, and then now you get out into civilization, and it's like, what do? You've been wired to just be high strung and run and go and do this and do that. You're moving and grooving. You're taking out whatever angle or whatever you got inside. Being able to you know deliver that in a volatile way. So all these emotions now are boxed up when you're done. So a lot of us continue working out, did that for a little while. A lot of us start eating and overeating. A lot of us turn to drinking. A lot of us turn to maybe drugs, promiscuity. I mean, the list can go on and on and on, but at the end of the day, it becomes an addiction, okay? So I'm going to fast forward up to today's time. I'm not going to go all about what each aspect of all of us would go through, that equates to where we are now. But I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% guaranteed my ex-football teammates, college pros more so, they can empathize with these stories that I'm telling you, okay? So back to where I say that as a professional, even in college, did I go to class? Hell no, I ain't go to no class. I went to college to play pro football. I tell it just like it was, I did everything I had to do. So that way, that was my goal. I wanted to make it to the pros. I'm not advising anybody to take that step that I took because it was by the grace of God that I made it. I didn't follow no disciplinary rules or anything like that. It was my way or the highway. I did it the way I wanted to do it. And by the grace of God, he got me there. But at the end of the day, all of this was a teaching lesson. And back in the 90s, things were kind of covered up a little bit. You can get in on your playing attributes, your ability. You can get in there. You know what I mean? And be on the team. As long as you producing, that's all that counted. Keep them eligible. But what I would do, I always had dogs. All my life, I always had dogs. I would take two Rottweilers, man. I was supposed to be in class. And I go over at Lewis Field was what it was called at Oklahoma State. And I run that stadium. I used to be in so much shape that I would run that stadium up in them stairs and down that my dogs come home and had Charlie horses. They were, I didn't do it purposely. It's just my mind was set on, I got to go to the NFL. When these 3 years up, I didn't even consider 4 years. When these 3 years are up of eligibility to apply for the NFL, which I flunked out every year, because like I said, I came to play football. A lot of brothers do and did come. I give a round of applause a little bit to the NCAA now because they happen to cover the tracks, you know what I mean, where, a lot of these inner city guys are coming to these schools solely to play football because a lot of them, where are you going to get all that, where are you going to tell a guy to jump high as he jumps, run fast as he runs? What does all that built up strength come from? Huh? It comes from the dispersed environments that they come from. You see what I mean? This camera just went off. Yeah. My thing just shut off. So just bear with it. Bear with it. Well, I'll hold it because I'm not getting ready to re-record all that. I'll hold it. This tripod battery went off on me, but anyway, like I say, let me put it on this camera holder here. That way I ain't got to hold it. Yeah, sorry about that. See, I ain't doing no editing. This is live and direct, baby. What you gonna get is the raw footage of what I'm going through right now, what I'm doing. All right. Take a sip of that tea. But like I was saying, you get a lot of us inner city brothers. We got a lot of poverty. You got a lot of you got a lot of desperation, little things that you have to succeed in because you can't go back. So you're driven behind that. So when these schools come to those areas, I'm speaking more from back then. You know what you're dealing with when you get a guy that comes out the jungle. All right? You see that picture back there? I get these from when I go to Uganda. I got my boy Badu. If you listen, I'm giving you a shout out, the young kid over there in East Africa. He paints these for me and I bring them back, So anyway, bear with me. I'm all over the place sometimes because that's how my mind goes right now. That's just where it goes and comes back and forth. But we still in it to win it. We straight. So when you go to these inner cities and get these guys, man, they come in. A lot of us, we don't have the discipline to sit down, take tests. We don't have the structure to study, So all that's new when you're coming in to a university because you didn't really do it in high school. So when you come into these universities, you just thinking balling, man. Like I said, I don't know how they do it now. I'm pretty sure when you look at the demographics of the game, still got a lot of us brothers out there. So I'm pretty sure you're getting them from those inner cities. I don't know, but they've done a better job probably with the graduation ratio and all those things like that. So you don't have to have a lot of guys that put all their eggs in one basket and then they don't make it. And then they dealing with life really in a hard way when they get done. College football, okay? So, like I said, to get back to why I went into that story was because when I was supposed to be in class, I was always somewhere working out. I looked at it like I didn't have time for class. I got to hone and chisel my body and chisel my mind and go out here and kick ass on Saturdays or get mines kicked a little bit and learn from that, So fortunately, I was able to get drafted and I played 6 years in the NFL. And, it was one of the best times of my life, and meeting some very genuine and authentic people that we all had so much in similarity where we walked those walks and we all met at the table together, the big table. The big table was the NFL. It was our own fraternity of our own. So, now when that was gone, you find yourself in life. That's why there's a high percentage of us went through divorce, going through divorces because, we don't have those skills sometimes maybe. I don't know. A lot of guys do stay married, but you have been wired a whole different way. And it's been, accepted for the longest and longest of time. I'm speaking for me. And if anybody that went through some of the similarity things that I went through as growing up, and in environments, things like that, then, a lot of things get compartmentalized, okay? They get compartmentalized. The things you went through, whether they call it depression, whether they call it bipolarism, whether they call it whatever, abuse, however, whatever it was, in the black families, we don't diagnose those things. We just call it toughen up or you soft. Okay, so now when you having to deal with life and then the things that you had, the money, you were living good, your families didn't want for anything. Some of those things got pushed to a side, even the women that you were married to. I'm not going to throw my wives on the bus, but I had good wives. Okay? It was me that was the jackass. But at the end of the day, I was chasing a high. I was chasing a high, something to fulfill that high that you got up for on Sundays, and just, man, them emotions be all everywhere when you walk out on that field and, like, woo, man, it's time to bang, you know what I'm saying? So, depending on your personality, when I say it's time to bang, when you ain't got that nothing to bang on no more, you know what I mean? What are you banging on? Are you banging on walls? Are you banging on people? Are you banging on cars? Are you just being volatile or being disruptive and a danger to yourself when you don't have that arena to disperse that energy at? So, for me, I would pick up drinking, adultery. I used to be out, a lot, running the streets. And, I saw my life go down, 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 down with spiraling, but you don't see it as you're doing that, as you're in the midst of that. It's when you keep fighting and you rebound back that you look and say, wow, you can identify what was going on. Okay? But I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of things on my mind that I will always continuously share with people, because my stories can help someone else, okay, before they go through the things that I've been through. But I really got on here today because I wanted to just touch on some bases where, like I say, my thing right now I'm dealing with is the obesity thing, okay? And I'm calling it like that. Why did I become obese? Because I was an addict. An addict to what? Addict to sugar. Addict to just things that are bringing me down, as far as, when I eat, if I were to eat something like real bad, overeating, my thing is, like I said, is sugar. And sugar will pack them pounds on you. And we're now finding out the studies of what sugar does to you. It has your brain all foggy. It can mess with your eyesight. It can mess with with your mood swings. Definitely your weight is stores. It makes you insulin resistant. You know what I mean? So you're not going to lose weight when that comes on. So I say majority of us in this country are dealing with that. We're very insulin resistant because you got a lot of things that we're eating that are sold by these corporations that are purposely doing that. Okay? You create a problem and you also have the resolution to it. You have the solution to the problem. This is what we're living in right now, okay? It's up to each individual to take back their life, make the decisions and say, I need to eat to live and not live to eat. And what it is that I'm eating, I need to find the proper nutritional things that brings the value out in me as an individual, as a person. All of us are responsible for doing that. In this day of time, it's very necessary to do that, because a lot of us don't read labels. We're going to the store. This is what I'm gonna tell you. I was telling a buddy of mine, we talk every day, man. Jason, if you're out there, you know what I'm talking about. I ain't pulling no punches. Love you like a brother. But I'm talking about this right here, because we're all in this together, and we all are guilty of this. Now, he was telling me about a bag of Doritos. Bag of Doritos right now, like $6 or $7 in the store, right? So Doritos probably used to cost $4 or $5 maybe. I don't care about Doritos really, you know what I mean? So I don't even know. I like Utz potato chips. I'm from DC, Southeast DC, that is, off of South Capitol Street, Halle Terry's block. All right, so I like them Utz. I like them Utz barbecue joints. Yeah. So, and they got all that sugar on them too. I used to like them Utz crab joints. But anyway, he was telling me the story about the Doritos. And I say, hey man, I said, you know what, Jay? This one we know we're addicts, man, but we don't even realize, we won't even identify with being an addict because we will take and still pay that extra $1 or $2 and get those Doritos, because then we got to ask ourselves, what ingredients are in there to make us bypass the price of it, which is $1 or $2 more, with this hyperinflation we're going through and living in, to make us still go and buy them. So there's no use for us to complain about it, right? That's when we know we're an addict, because we still pick it up and put it in our cart. Opposed to saying if something is $6 or $7 and we say, man, eating healthy is expensive. Well, avocados, they're like $1 a piece now. We can go get 7 of them, eat one a day. That gives you your monounsaturated fat, your polyunsaturated fat. It gives you healthy fats. You see what I'm saying? Good fiber. You know, the omegas in that fruit. So, yeah, it's about, we're an addiction. That's just what it is. It may sound like a bad word, but it's the truth. Addiction, addicts. Because something that blinds you to where you continuously do the same thing and you're stumbling and you don't have the understanding to say what is causing me to stumble. What substance is it? Okay, so it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be cocaine, it doesn't have to be crack, it doesn't have to be drinking, it doesn't have to be any of things. Excuse me. It don't have to be any of them things. It can be the simplest thing is what we putting in our mouth, that we put in our basket and bring home and put on our plates and put in our cars or whatever it is and pop the bags of them and eating them. So, yeah, think about that though. Think about it. We'll go complain on something that's killing us and we still willingly take it in because we're addicted to those additives and things that are inside that product. It gets so bad that, you can eat something that's healthy and your whole palate has been retrained to eat all these superficial fake foods full of sugar, full of all kind of pesticides, all kind of herbicides, all kind of, sodium, trans fats, whatever this stuff is they call, but it's all bad, right? So we got to get a grip. We got to make the change, figure out what it is that we want to do individual with our lives, and then put the best foot forward and go do it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I just wanted to leave a little mess. I wanted to talk to the video, which is talking to the video and it's reaching you all, right? Again, I said I'm all over the place. I'm new at this YouTube thing, but it will get funneled in and get directed the right way. If you're with me, then you're with me. Then you understand what I'm saying and you understand the message that I'm, relaying to you. We just got to get it right. We got to get it right. I don't care who you are, what you've done in life. If you are struggling with obesity, then we all have something in common. We are addicted. We are addicts. We're walking addicts. And we can't be in denial no more. We have to stand up and do something about it, because I know you don't want to lay there and willingly give yourself to something and kill yourself. But when you under that bondage like that, it's tough. So I hope I can be an inspiration to a lot of people out there. I hope I can be a lot of help to a lot of people. But how can I help someone? By helping myself. By being very visual with it. By using myself as a testimony and sharing that back out there. It may be 100 people that listen, but you may help change a life in 10. I'll take those numbers, wouldn't you? We all have an issue that we're going through. Mine's right now, like I said, is obesity. So that's the topic at hand. Any other stories that follow along with that, some of that biography, whatever it is, like I say, a lot of you want to hear the backdrop. How did you get there? How did you do this? How did you do that? Where you from? How old are you? You know, what's your plans in the future? We're gonna touch on all that. You understand what I'm saying? And then as you view this video, watch it to the end. If you got any comments, anything you want to ask me, hey, type it in there. I'm gonna give it to you right and raw and direct. That's the only way I can do it. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? You either like me or you don't. But you gonna respect me. Right? So look at here. I need you to subscribe. I need you to like. If you want to comment, if you got something you want to ask, you want to share your testimony, then do so. All right? Don't be scared. I don't bite. All right? So I hope everything is going well. This is my little clicker to stop the video. See, I had this tripod thing up. You know, this is nice. This is what I walk with and I record with y'all. You know what I mean? But it went dead. My battery went dead on it. You know? So I gotta charge that sucker up and get it ready for tomorrow, baby. Father, willingly wake us up. We thank you for everything you've done for us. We thank you for this breath of life that you've given us today, Father. We thank you for the opportunity to touch one another's life through our struggles, because by your grace, you keep us alive. You give us breath in our mouth and through our lungs and to come out to speak and share with one another. So I thank you for that. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for following. I'm just a thankful individual right now because a lot of times, you know, we could have not been here. Okay? It could have been over. So before it gets over, in this one aspect of life right now is getting in shape and getting your life back and creating a lifestyle, not doing it for the glam and the glory and for, you know, to walk around in tight clothes and say, hey man, it's all about me. No, gonna get in shape because you want to feel good again. You want to live. You want to feel pure. This is a lifestyle, man, to be able to walk with your head up and feel good to walk through the grocery store and not have to touch on every aisle, but go straight in the store and specifically get what you got to get and get up out of there. I miss them days, man. I miss those days. I'll let y'all. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment, please. Javon Langford, 9494. Thank you.